Hey y'all, it's Mandy, and you're watching the Mindful Life Seeker channel where we will be talking about all sorts of different lifestyle type topics, but especially related to health and well being, physical, financial, spiritual, mental health type of situations. And so today, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about New Year's resolutions and what I think of them. And then also, I have an unboxing that might not be for everyone, which is totally fine. So, what I'm going to end up doing is actually doing the unboxing at the end of the video and kind of talking through some of the points that I have for this unboxing. So, stick with me and let's get into it. So, as I mentioned, I wanted to talk to you all about the idea of a resolution. And the thing is, most resolutions fail. And, with the new year having been just a couple of days ago, it's, one of those times that if you haven't thought about it, you're thinking about it now, most likely, or you've, I know some of my friends like years ago were like, we're not doing this anymore. So you're probably in one of two camps, right? You either already know your resolutions, or you know you're not going to make resolutions, or you're still kind of thinking about what you want them to be. So I no longer make resolutions. And the reason I don't make resolutions is because they don't work. In my opinion, in my experience, they don't work. Because a resolution is something like you really want to do in the new year, but you don't actually set goals for yourself. Typically with resolutions, now I know some people who do and they have great success, but typically you're going to be most successful setting goals instead of resolutions. And I mean, those goals can be timed for the year, right? So you can say, you want to lose X amount of weight by the end of the year, or, you want to learn a new language by the end of the year, or what have you. But the thing about a goal versus a resolution is that a goal requires you, if it's done correctly, to set up action steps to make that thing happen. Whereas a resolution doesn't really. I'm going to go to the gym more. Technically, if you say that on New Year's, it's considered a New Year's resolution. And so technically we can have resolutions throughout the year. It's just that we don't think about them that way for the most part. So if you're thinking about or have made a resolution, I urge you to reconsider this year and turn your resolution into a goal. Now, the reason that even came to mind and why I wanted to talk about that is because one of the things that I personally want to do this year, okay, my resolution, if you will, is to gain better handle over my finances and over my health. Okay. And so, again, one of the reasons why I started this channel now, because I've tried starting and, gone back and forth and everything like that. But I finally sat down and I've been putting out these videos, and I know they're not the greatest videos, so if you're watching them, I do appreciate you. I promise at some point I will get better with this, and it will not be these really weird long form videos in vertical format. But at the moment, this is what I've got. So, and like I said, and I think it's the first new video. If I didn't start, I wasn't going to, because I have honestly tons of videos that I've recorded. Some have been edited, some haven't, but they never got posted. And so they kind of became a video diary of sorts, but I never did anything with them. So this is me saying no more to that, and we're going to actually do this in 2024. So you'll see hopefully my camera skills grow, and my editing skills and everything like that. So I'm very excited for that portion of the year. And I mean, honestly, I'm excited for everything that I'm attempting to do. But I have been trying to find the best way to handle my body. And so what I mean by that is that I don't really have health issues. I mean, like, yes, I get winded going upstairs. I am significantly overweight, obese, whatever word you want to use. Absolutely. I will be going back to the gym. It's not an if, it's a when. But the thing about making changes is that changes are best made one little bite at a time, right? And so I'm also trying to learn how to give myself grace when I don't do things exactly the way I initially planned or intended them. But my goal is to start with 3 days weekly and work up to 5 days weekly. Not necessarily in the gym. I do want to do 3 days in the gym weekly, but I want to have 2 days where it's some other form of exercise, whether that's yoga or Pilates or some form of dance, or like going on a hike or like a nature walk, or even like going downtown and doing Pokemon Go. Like, I want to do fun things the other 2 days. And that's not to say that I don't find the gym fun. I do, once I'm like in it and there and working at it. But yeah. So, but one of my other goals this year with the health and well-being, it has to do with my menstruation. And so I know I'm going to lose some people here, and that's fine. So the unboxing I have today is actually for reusable pads. And like I said, it's not for everyone. It's not going to be something that everybody wants to do. But what I personally have found is that using non-reusable products tends to make my cycle last longer and is more likely to create other issues for me. So I don't know exactly how long ago it was, but I know it was at least 6 years ago now. Dang, 6 years ago. That I had purchased my first cloth pad. And around that same time, it was a little bit after that, I believe, I also bought my first menstrual cup. And so I know from experience that the reusable products do work for me. Specifically cloth pads and reusable menstrual cups. I don't like the menstrual discs, but the menstrual cups I do like. And I had not purchased enough pads to last an entire cycle. I was just kind of dipping my feet in because it can be very expensive up front. But as long as you take care of your items, your reusable items, they can last a really long time. And so this year, what I would like to do, because anybody who also menstruates and uses reusable products is well aware that the cost of those items can be pretty high, especially for somebody who has a heavy flow or who needs more of those disposable products per cycle. So, probably about a week maybe before these were released, the pads that I purchased were released. I found on YouTube this entrepreneur, and she created SoCo Studio, which is where this purchase that we're going to be looking at today came from. And it got me thinking about what it would take to fill my, excuse me, what it would take to fill the space for one of my cycles. And so you'll see in a later video when we go over my different categories that I actually have a savings category specifically for health and well-being products, but specifically that is actually currently for building my stash. And the reason for that is because it can be extremely expensive up front. So I did want to go over kind of the cost of these particular items and just be very transparent with the cost of it. And I am also happy to answer any questions anybody might have about using reusable products or honestly just anything with reusable products in general. So I'm going to pull over this little transaction information. So one of the things that I purchased was a package protection for $1.95, and that's just because my area isn't always the greatest for packages. So I went ahead and did that. But then also I ordered 4 of the wrappers, which were $7.50 a piece. I also ordered one 12-inch, which is an extra large, and that was $17. I ordered one 18-inch, which is a 2X, and that was $27. I'm sorry, that was $21. I ordered 2 of the 18-inch, which is a 3X, and that was $27 each. I also bought some wing extenders to make it better when it, goes around the underwear. And so with shipping costs, my total came to $138.95. Okay, and consider that that was for 4 pads and 3 wrappers. And potentially, if I wanted to, I probably could have bought less or no wrappers and then purchased 1 to 2 more pads maybe. But yeah, that wasn't what I did. So now I'm going to show you what this stuff looks like. It was so funny because after I found her, the next shop update that she did that I actually was like available to get to, she came up with this pattern, and I love this pattern so much. I wish I could have an entire set in this. But that unfortunately wasn't what I got to do. And that's okay. Sometimes that's just the luck of the draw. But let's see. I'm going to show you 2 of these wrappers just because they kind of show the main parts of the design. So these are the wrappers. This is the back of it. This is the front of it. So essentially you fold up your padding, you put it in there. Okay, and then it's got fleece line on the inside so that it won't leak. and it's a very nice stay-dried material. But isn't this cute? This like multicolor, like lotus and moons. Ugh, I'm so here for it. And then just the other part of the pattern is more crystals up here with more moon pattern, and then also this really cool moth. And I love the color schemes. Purple is my absolute favorite color, followed closely by blue and green. But yeah, I love the kind of like rainbow situation that's going on there. So then one of the other things that was mentioned was a wing extender, and this is literally all it is a little bit of elastic that's finished off with essentially one snap. And so you just use this, you snap it into the wings that are on the reusable pad, and then it gives you a little more space where you might need it. So I'm going to make sure that that stays closed and like where it needs to be. And then we're going to look at, this is the smallest size I got, which was still a large. It was an extra large. And I did only get one. And this is about the size of an egg carton, like a standard 12 jumbo. Okay, so that's an extra large. And these were the wings that I was talking about. And then I actually have an extender on this one. So you would just reach around and snap it. And so without the extender, you lose that little bit of space, which honestly can be a make or break situation. So then the second one here is this one. And this is the 2X. So about like from here up to the tippy top there is what fits on that egg carton. And then the last size that I got is this one. And this is the 3X. And this one has like this much extra. So like the rest of that would fit an egg carton except for this like top portion. Okay, and so that's the sizing of it. And I like the SoCo business model because it is hand sewn, and they feel like excellent quality. I really can't wait to try using these. And then also the goodie that you get with this is the washing instructions and like what to do with cloth pads, and then on the reverse it has a period tracker. So this was definitely a splurge item because she just had this pattern that I absolutely wanted to have and to hold and to keep. But I will be looking to save money before I purchase more. And so right now I probably have enough to cover a quarter of my cycle between what I purchased here and what I already have from previous. So yeah, that's where we're at. But if you liked this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you're interested in the content that I provide, go ahead and give me a subscription there. I would really appreciate it. And if you think there's somebody in your life that might benefit from this information, go ahead and share the video. But otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll speak with you all soon.